No.
Do you prefer a man with a deeper voice?
No, I wouldn't say prefer. No.
Okay.
You acknowledge the fact that it's deep because it's like, ooh, you got it. How to put down the back seats. It kept giving YouTube videos of the Kia Forte, which is the smaller model version of ours.
The Kia Forte?
Forte, F-O-R-T-E.
Oh, Forte, not fault. Okay. And we're back. Episode 4.
Episode 4.
It's been a minute.
You know, you say it's been a minute, but realistically, it's only been 3 weeks for them. But for us, because we pre-recorded...
It's been, what, a couple days?
No, it's been like a couple months for us.
Oh, snap.
Do you know what I mean? Because we logged like 3 episodes.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Let them sit so that we could edit.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. But for the audience, it's only been 3 weeks, so...
You're right.
But for us, it's
that,
been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Sorry. Just had to say that.
Yeah. I mean, and speaking of which, we just want to say thank you to everybody who has watched, who's tuned in, who's interacted, who's commented, who's just given us, words of encouragement, and whether it's one word, 2 sentences, a whole paragraph, you know what I mean? It's everything that has been said has been very motivational, very, I don't know, the extra boost to keep us...
Keep it going. And
keep it going for sure,
Not that we need the view count or anything to keep it going.
Yeah.
I'm having fun regardless.
Yeah.
But I do think that it's like an adrenaline boost, I think, is the way to say it.
Just to see that people are watching.
Right. But also, not even just like people that are friends and family, like people we don't even know. That's the biggest thing right now is that like we are getting comments, and I know we're getting views of people who have no idea who we are in the background, which kind of is a little bit more exciting because sometimes you'd be like, oh, of course friends and family are going to support you.
Of course, as always.
But when you have support from complete strangers. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, especially when we did our last episode 3, where we talked about the birds and the bees.
Oh, and,
yes. It was like a 50-50 split within the comments.
Yep.
One half said people had parents who gave them that talk, and the other half people were like, we learned it from the streets too.
I got a quick message from my mom directly after that episode came out, and she wanted to make it known that the reason why we never had that talk specifically is because Australia, I'm probably going to butcher her text itself, but Australia has a good sex educational program in place in school. So she has faith in the system, our school system, to educate us the way we need to be educated.
To get the job done.
Basically, right. And then she was like, and the streets part, that's all you. So let's just make that clear. But
I liked how she said too that like you guys were generally open about that stuff. It wasn't like, hey, let's sit down and have
not open, but the conversation, like we didn't feel the need to like have a moment in time to have the conversation. It was just like, for example, going on the pill, I did it for hormonal reasons, but then a little spill in there of what else the pill can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it was like very casual. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, so thank you. With all that being said, I was with a couple of coworkers the other day, and one had mentioned like, yo, your podcast is so funny. Like, I'm enjoying watching. So like hearing that again, like, it's just like,
even when we went down to, your hometown, Delaware.
Yeah. One of my aunts was just quoted something you said on the first podcast. So it's like they're following along. And, so that's all worthwhile for sure.
This is kind of related, maybe a little bit of a little sideways step. But I also do feel like I'm a very, I don't want to say fully introverted because I can be quite extroverted, but in the way of I don't necessarily show my full personality that often because I'm a little shy.
You're maybe introverted with extroverted tendencies.
Yeah. So I do feel like when I am around your family, they really see a very shy version of myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like being able to see the podcast, it shows a little bit more of my personality.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of fun because, obviously I want to show that, but I'm a little shy to do it. So it's kind of fun knowing that like they're seeing this side of me.
Yeah, I mean, even when like I said, we visited my hometown a couple weeks now ago. I think that was the first time that they seen like you were definitely out of your shell.
I felt more comfortable because I knew they had seen that side. I think that's what it was. It wasn't that like I wasn't capable of showing it. It's just that I'm like, oh, chances are they've probably seen either the shorts or some sort of clip of something.
And they're cool with it.
And and they weren't like, I don't know. Anyway,
I mean, I
might
told
be
you this.
It,
well, no, I mean, I get it and I understand. I mean, my mom definitely pulled me aside and had some very, very nice things to say and how lovely things to say about you. That she always, shares. So I think this podcast has definitely showed her that you are the one for me.
Well, we better hope so. We've been married 6 years. Like, geez,
no. But yeah, so yeah, guys, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So many thanks. We're going to continue. Nothing's stopping us. And just kind of see where it goes from here. I mean, I think also now maybe we can ask this question. If there's anything you guys want us to talk about on the podcast,
yes.
Comment below.
Yes.
We're open books to a degree. I mean, I'm probably a little bit more closed, but we're open books to a degree.
We're working on it.
We're working on the vulnerability. But yeah, like if there's anything that comes to mind, definitely let us know. Happy to share comments.
Well, I mean, I do have a question.
Yes.
Why'd you eat my almond M&Ms? Why?
Okay.
Why? Backstory. I had bought a family-sized bag of almond M&Ms. Okay. We were heading to take me to work.
Yep.
I bought these M&Ms with me. And as
Let me just repeat, king size. No, sorry, family size. Family size. Continue.
So as I'm getting out the car, I said, hey, babe, you got to take these back home with you.
Right.
Because I'm not going to take them inside
and then
my workplace. You said, okay, cool.
I said, okay, cool. You sure you don't want any?
And I said, no, I'm good. We were eating them on the ride, ride over. So later on that day, I get home and something just hit me. I looked over at her and I said, you finished my M&Ms, didn't you?
I feel like you also said that, hoping that I was going to say no. But then when I said yes, it was like gut-wrenching.
It was like, wow. So I guess my question is, to all the women and partners out there, do you guys not, is there a double standard here where if, we have something, it's okay for you guys to finish it without even asking or checking in?
Well, this was my mentality behind it, right?
Yeah.
It was a family size.
Okay.
By the time I had taken it back, you had gone to work and I was taking it back. There wasn't that much left, which was a telling sign that you had already eaten a good portion.
That's debatable.
So I was like, okay, yes, we got these M&Ms. Yes, you asked for them, so they're like more so your treat. But at the same time, there's no way that like you're going to eat them without me having any.
Yeah, I know, but did you not feel the need to say, hey, before I finish these,
you have to be honest. Normally, like 99.9% of the time, I will say, hey, babe, is it okay if I finish X? And every single time you say, go for it.
Okay.
So this one time that I don't ask, it's a big whole ordeal.
It's the principle.
Okay. Yeah,
Lesson
you're right.
learned. There we go.
You're right. You're right.
All right.
Well, I have an embarrassing story that I want to bring to the podcast.
Okay.
So I was at Home Goods.
Oh, God.
You know this story.
Yeah.
It's a little awkward, but it's probably not that big of a deal. But I was at Home Goods. I have been wanting a big fake tree to put in the corner of our apartment for the longest time. Can't do a real tree. It will never stay alive.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me go get this fake tree. Found it. Looks great. Love it. Mind you, it's a hot day in Atlanta at the time. Bring the trolley, the shopping cart.
Yeah.
Bring the shopping cart to the car. Open the boot. trunk. Sorry. I just want all the translations.
I love the translations.
Open the trunk. And then I open the back side doors to pull the seats down. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, where's the lever? Like, I could not for the life of me find the lever. And on the top of behind the seats, there were these little flap things that you could lift up, but they were to put the car seat in. So I was like, okay, so that's not it. So then I went onto YouTube, Googling, because we got a new car, right? So in my mind, I was like, oh, okay, it's just somewhere different than what our other car was. I just wasn't told where it was. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me YouTube it, figure out where the levers are. But every single time I would say Kia K5, how to put down the back seats, it kept giving YouTube videos of the Kia Forte, which is the smaller model version of ours.
The Kia Forte?
Forte, F-O-R-T-E.
Oh, Forte, not fault? Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it was like, put the seatbelt in the chair and it like presses the lever button, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, this isn't a thing. So I was pulling the seat. Blah, blah. I'm getting hot. I'm getting sweaty. I'm getting frustrated. I'm feeling embarrassed because I'm in this parking lot, like with this tree just sitting there.
Yeah.
And like not knowing how to do it. And I know people were staring at me and laughing and being like, oh, that poor girl doesn't know how to put her seats down. Like I know people were saying that to their heads. And they weren't help. No one was helping me, walking past, not asking, hey, do you need any help? Nothing. Just looking stranded in the heat. So it got to the point, I was like, oh my God, let me call Paris. So I call Paris. I'm like, Paris, I need help. I cannot find the levers to put down the seats. And I'm sitting in this parking lot. Help me. Yeah. He said, did you Google it? Yes, Paris, I Googled it.
I didn't say it in
you
that
sat. You were. It was sassy. Tone. It was pretty sassy. Like, get it together. Use your phone.
It was sassy?
It was pretty sassy. Well, it felt sassy because I was very stressed and I was getting overwhelmed. And like, it was the first hot day of spring. Yeah. And I think it got to like 80 degrees that day.
Yeah, it was a hot day.
It was a really hot day. Sun was beaming. Sure. Yeah. It was more of an embarrassment because I'm like, wow, I'm just not capable. Like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Anyway, called you. You started off not being any help.
And whoa. Okay. Honestly, can I take over?
Okay, yeah, go for it.
All right. You're making me okay. So yeah, she calls me and says, "Hey babe, I just got this big ass tree, and I'm trying to put it in the car, but I don't think our seats fold down."
I was convinced they weren't folding.
Yeah. So I'm driving. I'm on the job. I'm driving, and I'm like, "Babe, the seats can't go down." Okay.
Just look it up.
Yeah.
That's what you said. You said just look it up. Have you looked it up?
I said, "Have you used your internet?"
Just say it. Just keep going.
Yeah, I said, yeah. I said, did you Google it, babe? If you can't figure it out, I said, well, first I was trying to walk you through. I said, the lever's probably on the side of the chair. Either look on the lower side or up on the top shoulder.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, already done that. Nothing.
She already did that. And then I said, well, babe, go ahead and Google it because I can't. Well, you asked me. You were like, well, where are you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Georgia, I'm in Cleveland right now. Like, I can't get to you even if I could, you know, even if I wanted to.
Because my mind was like, oh my gosh, is there any way that he could quickly swing by, use the truck and like have it in the truck of the car and then take me back home?
Nah, it was we had a very busy day. But anyway, so I said, hey, did you Google it? And you said you Googled it, but nothing was popping up. And I was like, I said, my wife has a weird way of Googling things when she like words certain things she does. She's not simple with when she's looking up things. I literally
Googled how to put the back seats down in the Kia K5. That's the exact wording.
Okay.
That's pretty simple.
So I asked her 2 questions. I said, what is the name of our car?
K5.
And then what's the year? The year
2024.
Yeah. So even though I was driving, and Lord forgive me if anybody's watching who are...
When I told this story to Mom, she was like, he better have pulled over.
Yes, I pulled over. So I pulled over. I took my phone out, and I said, Kia K5 2024, do seats fold down? The first thing that popped up was, oh, yeah, just go in the boot, go in the trunk. There's a button back there. Push that button, and seats will fold right down. I said, babe, and I repeated those instructions to her. And that was all she wrote. She got and she was in a better mood, and
the tree went in easy peasy,
lemon squeezy.
They were on like where the boot is, they were on the roof part, and they were just like this pull mechanism.
Yeah.
And it just released the lever, and then they pulled it down. But I don't know.
What I will say is, you know, all jokes aside,
he came to my rescue.
Yeah.
I felt so helpless.
But at first, you know, I did realize she was getting worked up. And my first response is always to say, hey, let's not jump to getting worked up. Let's find a solution. You know what I mean? So it may not have came off as, you know, the most, it may have been sassy or whatever. But then I thought to myself, hey, she's calling her Superman for a reason. So now's your chance, Paris, to really prove to her.
Be the man that you can be.
Right. You know, so then that's why I pulled over and took out my phone and looked it up, and and I felt really good that I was able to help my wife in that moment.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Yeah.
It was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then
that is weird, not to cut you off. That is weird that
it's weird they're in the back,
it's
because
in the
when
trunk,
you're putting the seats down, like you're in the side seats, the last thing you want to do is unrelease it.
Yeah.
And then have to go to the side.
Right.
And then put them down. Like I'm not going to lie. First world problems. But I don't think they should have had those levers there.
Well, that's what we get for having a new new car. What am I trying to say?
I have no idea. You were trying to multitask just then.
I can't multitask. I was trying to say that's what we get for having such an advanced car that we do. And technology and how they make cars now. Buttons ain't where they used to be. Strings ain't where they used to be. So
they like to do things different.
Yeah. Speaking of doing things different, we have now reached, hey, like what I did there.
I see your trend.
Yeah, we have now reached our Australian versus American. Australia. Mm-hmm. What does a dryer mean to you?
Something that you must only use if you have day after day rainy days, or you need to dry something very quickly for the same day use.
Okay.
It's kind of that last resort item.
Okay.
For your clothes.
Last resort.
Last resort, 100%.
Okay. So what's your first resort?
A clothesline.
A clothesline. Very, I wouldn't say weird.
Foreign.
But very foreign. Now, mind you, my grandmother back in the day, I do recall her using a clothesline, but it was only for like the big things, the towels, the sheets, the comforters, and all that stuff.
Right.
But clothing?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Well, for us specifically, I do know weather plays a part, because most time around of the year it's quite warm. Obviously you get your rainy days, there is some cooler days, but even still, like for the most part, it's warmer weather to dry your clothes outside. And
it is warmer all year round there, so I get it.
So I do know, obviously not everywhere in America though, but that like you get more seasons over here. But here, I mean, shoot, here in Atlanta, we have like maybe a couple cold days. We could 100% be drying our clothes outside. However, now that I think about it, right now we're in spring and the pollen here is next level. Like it's just like a haze of yellow over everything. There's no way you could dry your clothes outside. No.
And it rains every other day. Almost.
But that's the same for every spring.
True.
Because it's rain showers, May showers brings April flowers. What is it? Yeah, right.
April showers bring May flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What did you say?
I said May. Don't worry, I flipped to the months. So I get it. But yes, I feel like you got an actual step into that world when we were in Australia for a month. Yeah. Because obviously we did laundry while we were there. We, took it out of the dryer. Took it out the wash. Took it out of the wash and you were getting ready to put it in the dryer. My mom goes, clothesline.
Hang it up.
Go hang it up. The pegs are over there. Go hang them up.
Oh my god.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Because I see that, to me, it just seems like there's a lot more possibilities of your clothes getting damaged outside than it is.
Yeah, but little do you know, every single time you put your clothing in the dryer, you're damaging them so much more than what the outside could do. You wear them outside every single day. What's the difference? I mean, you know what I mean. But like, that was a bad example. But like, seriously though, like the dryer really does destroy your clothes.
Okay. I might have to do some research on that.
Have fun with the research because you're going to be proven.
Is it like the same argument that the microwave ruins the food because of the
waves? I don't know. That's a whole other can of worms.
Okay, yeah,
but sure.
But okay, so when we had to hang up our clothes in Australia, the whole time I'm thinking, hey, bird poop,
which never has happened to my knowledge since the lifetime of hanging clothes up in Australia.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay.
Other people may have experienced it.
Blowing off in the wind?
That's what the pegs are for.
Okay. Lint. You know? Now I have to worry about you guys didn't have a lint brush in the house either.
That's a personal family issue.
Okay.
I would have to bring that up with my parents on that one.
Got you. Okay.
The whole no lint brush is a situation.
Yeah, it just the clothes dry different outside.
I mean, they are a little crunchier. I will say that.
Yes.
But once you put your body heat in it loosens up. It's fine.
Okay.
It's got this little like outsidey smell, but it's like homey. It's great.
All right. Yeah, and then the funny thing was too, I was like, all right, well now let me just go ahead and iron these clothes. And you're like, no, just pop them on. We just take them off the clothesline.
We sometimes iron. Because
I've never seen mom or dad iron their clothes
because they bring the ironing board into their room. You don't see it.
Touche.
But also think about it. They're being hung up straight. They're not being dried, crumpled in the small thing and sitting in the heat and crinkling. So they're not as crinkled to begin with.
You got me there.
You know what I mean?
You got me there.
So that's the main reason. But they'll still iron jeans and shirts when they have to, because it does have to happen. A lot of people out there don't even iron, period, which blows my mind. We iron everything. Like sweatpants, crinkled, I'm ironing them. A sweatshirt, crinkled, I'm ironing it.
I guess to be fair too,
to each their own.
When we don't want to throw anything in the dryer in fear of it shrinking, we do hang it up.
Right. Hence why dryers ruin your clothes.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, that's the lesson for that.
Okay. What's another Australian American verse thing?
All right. So reverting back to our last episode where the smell of fried chicken is something that you don't like.
Okay. I have a little, not bone to pick.
Oh, forgive the pun. Forgive the pun.
I did that as well today with the pun with the ram. Don't ram.
Sorry.
Don't. Pause.
Yeah, you had to be there. You had to be there.
So, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Chicken.
Yeah, chicken.
Bone to pick.
Yep.
Yes. The comments coming for me in not liking the smell of fried chicken.
Yeah, it's absolutely weird. I'm not gonna say it's absolutely ridiculous and uncalled for, but you don't meet too many people who don't like the smell of fried chicken.
Yeah,
or
I'm not gonna lie.
It's such a.
No one actually ever said, "Oh my gosh, I agree." It was all like, "You're so weird. I cannot be friends with this girl."
Yeah.
And then all their comments were what they liked.
What they liked. They were coming for you.
Yeah. What's that got to do with chicken?
Well,
Australia.
I was surprised when visiting Australia that KFC is huge there. Now, don't get me wrong, Macca's, aka McDonald's, will always be A1 in Australia.
Just a quick little correction.
Yeah.
Macca's.
Macca's.
Yeah, it's like es, not ers.
But they spell it Maccur.
Macca.
Oh, Macca's.
There we go.
Got it. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, Macca's. Yeah.
Macca's will always be A1 in Australia, but to learn that KFC is such a big thing there.
Almost equal.
Like your dad loves KFC.
Yes. If we're ever getting fast food delivered, takeout.
KFC.
Dad's choice will be KFC forever and always.
Yeah. So I was just like, that made it even more weird that you don't like.
It's from back in the day. Obviously, I did eat chicken.
Okay.
And I did have KFC in Australia. I don't think I've ever had KFC in America.
When you had KFC in Australia, did the smell? Did you?
Yes, it smelled good. I remember it smelling.
So what?
Okay, I remember it smelling good. Okay. There was one time you cooked fried chicken and it just did not smell good. And now my nose only smells that. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry. I didn't want to say that, but now that you're coming for me so hard, I had to say it.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that one time?
You just exposed me.
It didn't smell good. Something was going on. I don't know what was happening.
Okay, for more context again, I haven't mastered the art of frying chicken. Okay. I burnt many batches of chicken while frying. So that's what she's referring to. Yeah. The smell.
I think the oil was burning or something. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, but yes.
Wow.
KFC. Sorry.
They're going to come for me now.
KFC is quite popular in Australia. And for us who live in the South, you would think a chicken shop would be popular. But we were
so
working
many.
this out that there's just so many other alternatives than KFC.
Especially in Atlanta.
Chick-fil-A, Popeyes,
JR Crickets, Wingstop.
So many. So many
yeah.
other options than KFC that I think we have to drive 15, 20 minutes to even get to a KFC.
Get to a KFC, yeah.
Which is crazy. We're in the South.
I know. So that's the, that's what surprised me as well when we went there and they were like KFC. I'm like, wow, KFC wasn't really
it was good though, right?
Crop. It was really good. But in America it wasn't cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Since 05, 04 or something like that. You know what I mean? But
that is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, I got some questions for you.
Oh, yep.
It is time. I remember our first episode, I did tell you that I was going to get you back.
No.
Or was it second episode?
The episode we just recorded, the third episode.
Okay.
I was asking you questions that women are too afraid to ask men.
All right. Well, I got questions now that men are too afraid to ask their partners. Okay?
I'm nervous.
Yeah, I got about 7 of them, so buckle your seatbelt. All right. Number 1.
Okay.
What kind of common behavior makes a guy seem creepy or unattractive?
I feel like I have to separate creepy and unattractive.
Okay, makes sense.
Because I do think different acts can, 2 different things will happen, resulting in that emotion.
Okay, got it. All right, break it down. So,
creepy. Mm-hmm. I'm imagining being at a club.
Yeah.
Drinking with your girls.
Yeah.
And there's just this lurking man, human.
Okay.
Drinking, staring, not acknowledging that, music's playing. Do you know what I mean?
He's just standing there. Yeah.
Obviously not with a coffee mug, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or with a coffee mug.
With
inside a club. That's weird. That's creepy.
That's extra creepy.
Yeah.
Says nothing. That to me is what's he doing over there? You know what I mean? What was the other word you used?
Okay, unattractive.
Unattractive.
Oh, no. Creepy. Oh, yeah, unattractive. Yep.
I would say something the man does that's unattractive would be being unhygienic.
Okay. So, bad hygiene.
Bad hygiene is very unattractive.
All right, that makes sense.
Greasy hair.
Greasy hair.
Smelly body.
Okay, hold on. I'm still at greasy hair because I use grease in my hair.
Different grease.
Okay.
You're putting the grease in to style.
Got it.
Because there are people who do the pomade.
Pomade, yeah.
Kind of sleek back, wet look.
Got it.
But it's being styled that way.
Yeah.
But then there's greasy, kind of frizzy energy.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? That to me. And when it is like that, I also feel like there's just an aura of smell around them too.
Damn. Oh yeah, I got you.
That to me is a very unattractive thing.
All right.
Hygiene.
Cool.
Just don't stink.
Yeah. Heard you loud and clear.
No worries. Don't worry, you don't stink.
Yeah. You would tell me if I did.
I do.
Yeah, it's true. Do the majority of women out there prefer a man with a deeper voice? Let me repeat that again. Do the majority? do the majority?
You don't even do it deep. You're doing a
You're right.
A what do they call
voiceover?
Yes.
Yeah.
A David Attenborough. Yeah. Do they prefer a deeper voice?
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's probably women out there that froth over deeper voices. I haven't said froth over in a long time. Do you know what that means? Like froth?
I heard of frothy. ATL.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, deep voice, no.
No.
It just, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it would, like, not catch me off guard, but it would, like, catch my eye a little bit.
So.
But it wouldn't necessarily
wouldn't throw you off. You'd be like, oh, okay.
It's saying prefer, right?
Yeah.
No.
Do you prefer a man with a deeper voice?
No, I wouldn't say prefer. No.
Okay.
But it's you acknowledge the fact that it's deep because it's like, ooh, you got it.
Okay.
You got a nice voice.
Got it. Okay. What do?
Oh no.
I'm trying to. Okay. What do all of you women talk about in the bathroom?
Oh my gosh.
We got her.
Okay. Tit for tat. Get it.
Yep.
Okay. It's nothing special. It's literally just a time to settle down, put some makeup on, talk about what just happened outside. Most of the time, we all go as a group because we're feeling like I hate walking to the bathroom by myself.
Okay.
Just point blank, period.
So not one time does the guy at your 3 o'clock come up in conversation in the bathroom.
Oh, mate, it probably would, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's a chance to gossip. It's literally a chance to just do anything.
Okay, cool. All
but
right,
the reason why we go as a pack is more so, for me at least, is I just don't like walking to the bathroom by myself.
Yeah.
Because anything can happen from where you are to the bathroom.
That's a fact. I mean, to be fair, when we were bowling and I saw all of you guys go to the bathroom
the three of us, we all went.
The thought in my head was like...
Also, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, I don't really need to go to the toilet, but like maybe I do. And then someone says, oh, I need to use the bathroom. It's like, oh, I kind of do too. I'll go. And then you just go. So then you can all just be on the same pee cycle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that a little too much
information? That's a double entendre right there.
Pee cycle? How?
Pee cycle. Period cycle.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, yep.
All right. Next question. All right. Does someone's job or profession change how attractive you find him?
No.
Or her?
Yes.
Okay. Talk about it.
No. I would say no. My brain is saying yes, but it's not the type of job. Mm-hmm. It's more so ensuring that whatever they're doing, they're either determined, passionate, like wanting to be there, and they're not just like kind of that deadbeat energy.
Got it. Fair enough.
So they could be working a beekeeper job or something. I don't care what they're doing.
Beekeeper. That was fire. Beekeeper.
That sounds like a dope job. That's probably a cool job, so that's probably a bad example. But like working at McDonald's or something like that. Like, okay. I don't think it necessarily matters as long as you're not just like settling and like if that's your passion to work there, you do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I think it's more a case of just ensuring that there's drive behind the person. Because if there's not, then they're probably just, on the hamster wheel. And I feel like you shouldn't live life in a hamster wheel.
So it's about the determination, the drive, the passion for whatever they do.
Right.
Not so much what they do.
Correct. Yeah.
I respect that. That's my wife, y'all. All right. Because I was broke when you first met me, so.
I mean, I met you when you were in college. Everyone's broke in college.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not but.
Fair enough. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do looks matter?
Am I doing this generally or me specifically? I'm talking for the people,
well,
right?
I am asking you these questions.
Yeah, but it's more so the masses.
You can.
I do think, for the masses at least, I do think it varies from person to person.
Okay.
However, I also think that there needs to be a level of attraction towards the person.
Fair.
Now, obviously, what you find attractive is always going to be different from person to person. But I do think, giving it a number, like a 6.5 attractiveness.
Yeah, that's on the
because
higher
I do think I don't know. I also think that your personality can enhance your number too. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm trying to see if it makes sense as a
it's kind of like that comment. It's like he's a 10, but
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like that trend that went on. But like in all seriousness, like he's a 5, but he's like such a sweet guy. He's so funny. He's caring. He's now a 7. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in that situation where, everything just stands alone. It's like
interesting.
For a guy's perspective. I'm not going to speak for all men, but just for me.
Yeah.
I feel like
you separate them.
Because
so you saying
you're either attractive or you're not,
sure.
But my thing is, and I don't say that with any, but what I'm saying is like, if you're attractive and you have a crappy personality, that's not going to make you any less attractive to me. It's just you're attractive with a very bad personality or crappy personality.
Okay.
Like, you know,
I kind of agree with that comment though. I think your points can be risen is if they're kind of like a very average looking person.
Yes.
And then their personality increases. But I don't think an attractive person's attractiveness decreases. It's just like what you said. Mm-hmm. They're attractive, but they have a horrible personality.
Okay. Well, to be fair, I've never experienced where a person was average or who I deemed to be average and their personality
made them more attractive.
Looks wise.
Okay.
Maybe their spirit is more attractive. You know what I mean? But looks wise, it's all, single to me. Okay. So,
yeah.
Sorry to make this about.
Yeah. I thought you were the one asking me the question.
That's what podcasts are all about. Dialogue. All right.
You always go into this like whole theatrical.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He's an actor, Your Honor.
All right. So next question.
Yep.
How can we actually tell if you like us and are not just being friendly? That's a good one.
That's a hard one to answer for the masses because I do think that people will probably show their signs differently.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I also I don't think there's necessarily like a specific thing that, hey, if a girl does this, they're flirting with you. It's just kind of like social cues.
All right. I do think the line is blurred though.
I think it can be. I think it can be. But I also think, like, for example, if I was to tell you a joke.
Yeah.
And we're laughing, ha ha ha, whatever. And then like I touch a leg while we're laughing. That to me, I wouldn't do that to someone who I'm just being friendly with. I would do that to someone who I'm trying to show them that like, I could cross this line with you right now. I'm just letting you know that this is a joke, but like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but to be fair, that's happened to me plenty of times. Like,
well, maybe they were flirting with you.
No, like an older, women, maybe a professor or like a.
Whoa.
Oh my God! All right, I'm falling into a hole here. But I'm saying like my mom will laugh and she'll put her
maybe
hand
you're
on.
right.
So I
don't know.
I do know what you're saying though.
Yes.
Like we have to just pay attention to the signs because you guys will.
And then also I don't think you should ever just assume that like, oh, this person's been really friendly to me. Are they being flirty with me?
Yeah.
Are they trying to tell me something? It's like, no.
Yeah.
People can be friendly. They will probably they will let you know enough that they want more.
Got it. Okay.
I believe.
We just got to pick up on it.
You just got to pick up on it. Like, I think the problem is when you are assuming that friendly is flirting. That's when it's an issue.
And sometimes flirting can just be that. And there's nothing more past that.
Yeah.
Like even flirtation doesn't mean that I want this
to go further.
Anything to go further than flirtation.
Yeah.
So what are you just being friendly, or what was the question? How can we tell if you like us? Let's leave it there. How can we tell if you like us? Give me an example of something that
I think you would just say it. You know what I mean? Like,
come on, babe. Come on.
I think everything would be flirty. You're talking about physical feet. You might like mention like, oh, you look cute today or something, or like, oh, I saw you like.
Okay.
Come on, you're not.
All right.
You're not stupid.
There's texting. There might be somebody watching who just like who is struggling with this and doesn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're struggling with it, and there's there's a confusion, then I think it would be safe to maybe ask the question. Or if you wanted to be risky, maybe test the waters.
I think it's all in the eyes.
Yeah, I don't, maybe. Yeah,
it's
you
all
might be
in
right.
the eyes.
I don't think there's a black and white with this one. I think
it's gray. It's all blended. The line is blended, blurred. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I like that question. I think that actually applies for both parties, for both ends of the spectrum. It's like, for men, how do we show that person that we
it's a hard one to answer though, but I hear it though.
Okay. All right. Last one.
Yep.
When ranting or venting, do you want my advice or just a hug at the end?
Do you want
what answer honest. Do you want? I want honesty.
Okay, all honesty, I feel like this is the beginning of every single question I've answered today, but it does vary. Yeah. Because there are some times that I don't want one lick of your advice. Yeah. You're just there, shoot, as a punching bag. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, this is me venting. Yeah. That's it. Fair. But there are some times where I think that you might think it's just I'm a punching bag, I'm venting to vent, and then you wait for the advice, but then no advice is given, and then you have a moment, were you even listening? Okay. Do you know what I mean? Which is hard because sometimes, I guess, maybe I'm talking like more personal here rather than like for the masses, but maybe the cues of whether I want advice versus vent isn't clear enough.
Is that rhetorical? I mean, I can tell you what I learned.
What did you learn?
And this was actually kind of recently. Oh. Where you were ranting and venting. Yep. And I interjected one time, and I said something, and you were like, "Yeah, but in another thing, like," and I was like, "Oh, okay." she doesn't want my advice right now.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing. Okay,
and that's why I just was like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I picked up on something. So
maybe a good social cue of it is if it's like one thing after another, after another, after another, after another, without giving you the chance to talk. Yeah. It's probably a good sign that they don't want any advice. Yeah. But if they come to approach you and say, hey, this is what happened. I'm in this situation. I'm not sure how to navigate it. What do you think? Like, I feel like that's a very openly obvious, give me advice, please and thank you.
Yeah. You'll even say like, am I overreacting or am I, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The am I is the sign like, all right.
Yes, but listing off things, the last thing we want is advice.
And I just learned that too, so you're never too late to learn.
100%. You're always learning.
Exactly. All right, well, shoot, you did good with those questions.
They weren't so bad. No. I feel like I need
to up the ante, though.
I was trying to remember I can't even remember the questions I asked you, but I do feel like
I need to ask the question about the streets.
The streets.
You know, where you learn the birds and the bees.
Okay, that's just a very...
I'm joking. It was a joke.
Okay,
it was a joke.
Okay, next.
All right, so yeah, you did very, very well these questions.
Thank you.
And I next time I want some questions as well. I want us both to prepare questions for each other. Next episode.
That are like mutually asking.
Yeah, it's like dun, 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 dun,
yeah, we'll see.
You know what I mean?
Who knows? Maybe if by next episode we'll have a comment in the
game show.
What? No.
A game show?
We'll have a comment in the video saying what they want to see.
True. Okay.
They may guide our new episode.
Well, there we go.
With all our followers.
All right. Well, anyway, before we get out of here.
Yes.
I do have
question on the go. Time for questions on the go.
All right. So, if you were offered billions of dollars, and I mean billions, to be locked in a room for 50 minutes with a huge possibility that when you leave the room, you will either be 50 days or 50 days in the future.
Huh?
Hold on, y'all.
50 years in the future?
All right. So if you were offered billions of dollars to be locked in a room for 50 minutes, with a huge possibility that when you leave the room, you will either be 50 days ahead or 50 years in the future.
Yikes.
Would you do it? Why or why not?
So the idea of that much money, I could not even contemplate, like, what life would be like, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, if there is a possibility that you could be living your whole life, not your whole life, but like a massive chunk of your life locked up, hoping to get the money by the point, like, you haven't lived a life. You know what I mean?
Wait, say that. So what you?
So what I'm trying to say is that, like, I don't think it's worth risking getting that much money, because if you have to wait the full 50 years.
It didn't say anything. Oh, I guess, yeah, if you were offered billions of dollars to be locked in a room.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were offered it. You weren't.
You're offered the money. No, the money will come. You're going to be given the money, but you don't know how long you're going to be locked up for. It could be 50 days, which I could do. But if there's a possibility that it could be 50 years, like,
so
you're not living
when
a
are we
life.
getting the money?
That's the
Oh,
point
so
of
you
the
have
question.
to do the thing first and then get the money
That's
afterwards.
the point of it.
Okay.
Your lockup period could either be 50 days or 50 years
Oh, snap.
until you get the money. So minimum 50 days, maximum 50 years. So, like, say we're 29 right now.
Yeah.
I could say, yes, I'm going to accept this challenge. It's going to be 50 years. It's for $50 million. I don't know how long I'm going to be in this locked up place right now.
So that's the thing. If you were offered billions of dollars to be locked in a room for 50 minutes, so you're locked in a room for 50 minutes. So once the 50 minutes is up and you leave, there's a possibility that you will be 50 days ahead or 50 years in the future.
Okay, sorry. Either way, you have just skipped 50 years ahead in the future. You could have skipped it. I wouldn't want to skip that long of a time.
Yeah, but you don't have control over that.
Exactly. I would rather not take the money and live a life than get that much money. Because if I'm 29, that means I could come out of there and be 89 years old.
Yeah.
People are dying by that age. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
79 years old.
Yeah, you're right. 79 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so there's no amount of money that's worth taking that chance.
I don't think so. No, because, like, that's a long time. Now, don't get me wrong. It would be an awesome situation if you're waiting there 50 minutes and then it's only 50 days ahead. I could go for that.
Yeah.
But what's the possibility of that happening? I don't
50-50.
I don't think it's worth.
There's a lot of 50.
There's
50-50.
There's more than possibilities. You've got to go from 50 days all the way to 50 years. That's many possibilities of how many times. Oh, I'm overcooking.
You are really overcooking.
Either way,
there's a 50% chance that when you leave the room...
Okay, I get it. Either way, whew, I will...
Just take the money.
No, I wouldn't take the money.
No.
Would you take the money?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't because, one, I do look at life as the glass is half full. Mm-hmm. But it's hard for me to see or look at it that way in this particular situation because I always think of the worst. Yeah. I'm just automatically going to think when I walk out of here I'm gonna be 80 something years old.
Yeah, you know have what I mean? To in this situation.
So yeah, I'll pass up on the billions of dollars and tell one of my family members to do it, because if they do it right and whatever outcome that happens, they'll be willing to give us a couple $100 million. There's somebody in my family that will take the chance. Price will do it.
Oh my God.
Price would do it. Price would be like, yeah, I'll do it. Price will take that chance.
You better ask him. I don't know.
I feel like Pepsi will do it.
You think?
Pepsi
I don't think so.
Definitely.
I don't know. I think with the possibility of missing potentially 50 years of your life in 50 minutes is crazy.
I can hear Pepsi now. I don't care.
I'll take that money.
I'll take that.
Oh, that's
man.
Good. Yeah, no, I would be interested for people who truly do say yes to I would take the money. I would take that chance.
Yeah, put your answers in the
what
comments
the
as well. Yeah.
Is. Not so much just for the money. Like, I'm curious of, like, have you really thought it through? You know, anyway.
I mean, okay. All right. Think about it this way. Let's say you do take that chance.
Okay.
Let's say you do come out and you're 50 years in the future. Let's say you went in at 30 years old, you came out, and now you're 80.
Yep.
You have billions of dollars to get the best health care.
Oh my God.
The best medicine, the best doctors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To maybe give you an extra 20 years.
And that's a possibility.
Life. So,
but this is the thing. There are people out there that probably have that much money and
don't do that.
And aren't capable of that, or aren't doing that. Or maybe they are, we just don't know. So I don't know. I don't think $50 billion is high enough.
It didn't say 50 billion.
It didn't say billions. Well, even still, there are people out there who have billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So I don't think that amount of money is going to be able to extend your life expectancy based on the technology that exists. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, we can leave it at that. But I am curious to know what other people.
I'm curious about the why
sure.
of why you would take the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to each their own. Entitled to everyone's own opinion.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah. How do you want to close this one out? Well, wrapping up this episode.
Yeah.
I feel like for some reason this feels like it's the quickest one yet.
Yeah. But hey.
I mean, I'm looking at the time though, but it's the same length of time, but for some reason.
What are your what are some wins that you had this week?
Wins.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I've got a good win.
Okay.
2 days ago, maybe 3, I forget what date it's today, I officially received my green card. Yeah. Permanent residency, baby.
Let's go.
Well, I was a permanent resident before, but now my conditions are removed, and I have my green card set till 2034.
Let's go. Let's go. Round of applause.
So yeah, that's kind of exciting because that whole situation was a whole big old deal. Stress.
Yeah.
Tried to, I mean, shoot, I applied for that removal of conditions in 2020. 4 years later it took. Wow. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, least of people's concerns. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a criminal. I just want to live in this country.
Yeah.
I found a husband. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So yeah, it took 4 years, but now I'm officially a permanent residency with a 10-year green card. Obviously, citizenship is probably next in line.
Yeah. Yeah.
My parents are probably screaming at the screen right now saying you should have done it a couple years ago.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's a win.
I like that.
Actually, sorry, got to bring this up.
Hey,
I got the green card from the mail.
Mm-hmm.
Had the little pamphlet that kind of gave me the, like, now that you're a green card residency, this is what you can do. Get a job, pay taxes, get health insurance, all the things that you do as an American.
Yeah.
But I had the pamphlet. I had my green card in the hand. I pulled up my phone with the national anthem and started playing. What's the Star Spangled? What is Spangled? What's the national
Star Spangled Banner?
Star Spangled Banner. I started playing that, walking into the house, being like all cute, like, you know?
Oh my God.
No reaction from Paris. Laying on the floor, absolutely nothing. I was like, Paris, I got it. He goes, yeah, I know. Playing the song, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that wasn't celebratory at all. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Why did you gave me nothing?
Because
nothing.
We had already celebrated. We had celebrated, and
I know, but I had the physical green card in my hand.
Yeah.
You gave me nothing.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. What's your win for the week, Paris?
You know what? No, I'm a share that win with you.
No. I want to hear a win for you. That's a cop out. Come on. What's your win?
When I purchased my almond M&Ms. Yeah.
Okay.
Almond M&Ms.
So you're like double downing. On
No. They're absolutely delicious.
How is that a win? Explain how that's your win.
Because they're literally one of my favorite pieces of candy.
There's no other win you could think of? Because what was the winning aspect of it? You're just trying to call out the fact that I ate your M&Ms.
It was a genre. But no, a win for this week. I was able to help my Lyft driver.
You never told me that story.
Yeah. Sorry to extend, but yeah. I mean, long story short.
Yeah.
He asked me for some relationship advice.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay. He said, "Hey, can I ask you a personal question?" Now, mind you, we had been talking before then.
Right.
And usually when I hop in the lift, I just want a quiet ride. That's just
100%.
me. I don't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
The energy.
yeah, the energy was there, and he just said, "Hey, can I ask you a personal question?"
Oh my goodness.
Because I had mentioned that I was married, and he said, "How did you know you found the one?"
Oh, oh my gosh.
Cliche question, right? And I'm like, "Huh, all right." I said, it's literally as cliche as cliche. No.
Oh.
I said, no. I said it's as literally as cliche as it gets. I said it's a feeling that you get, and when you get that feeling, I can't explain what it is.
You'll know.
You know what I mean? And the conversation extended past that as well, because he explained some grievances that he had with the person he's with, and
were they valid, the reasonings?
Well, it kind of went back to the whole, does the attraction change based on where or what the person does as a job description or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
And he kind of said what you said was, it's not about the job and what they do.
The passion and drive.
I have scratchy throat. But he was saying, again, he just wants his partner to be just as dedicated and driven as he is, Mm-hmm. And I did share with him, I said, you know what? You got to ask her how you can be available for her. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
I said, my wife was a dancer for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
COVID changed things. And, I would like to think she leaned on me to help her figure out what her next steps in life would be. Mm-hmm. As dramatic as that may sound.
Yeah.
And I said, and now she's one of the dopest real estate agents in Atlanta. You know what I mean? So I said, you have to figure out, or you have to ask her how you can be available for her.
Yeah. Create the space for that conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I got off the lift, and again, I felt like, wow, like, is this my purpose in life?
Oh.
Just helping random people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
that was cool.
Then it felt good. I said, me, I was like, I do apologize for being so long-winded. And he was like, nah, man, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, he said, and he was about to turn 30 as well. So
same age.
Yeah. I always ask people whenever I have a deep talk with them, like, what month were you born? I want to know if our horoscope, you know what I mean? But like, cause there was something he said that I was just like,
what was he?
I didn't ask.
Oh. You just said that you always ask, and he didn't.
Yeah, but I said, what? I'm not even going to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I felt like when he was talking, I said, dude, I can tell that you're a very driven, goal-oriented person.
Yeah.
I can just tell just by, and I was like, I wanted to ask because I was like, everything he's saying is like something I would say too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But
so do you think your conversation with him made him want to take the next step and propose to his woman, or do you think you convinced you?
I don't know. I don't know. But what I can say is I felt that he was listening.
Oh, that's so fun.
I felt like he was really like listening, you know what I mean? And I wasn't just trying to bull crap him on anything and say anything cliche. I was just speaking from experience. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so. That's
kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess that was.
Yeah, you've been meaning to tell me that story, and I forgot that we put a pin in it. But
yeah. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Great way to finish up the episode. I said that earlier, but now we're truly here.
Yeah.
Episode 4.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for
so
tuning
much.
in.
Again,
Cheers.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, comment, all the things.
Yeah, talk to us.
We want to chat. But
for sure.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Bye.